Alicia Rowland was a reserved, soft-spoken young woman growing up in a quiet suburb of Boston. Few people realized her father, Michael Rowland, was one of the nation's most famous composers, a man whose piano concertos had graced grand concert halls worldwide. While many in her position might flaunt that famous last name, Alicia deliberately kept a low profile. She believed real accomplishment should stem from genuine talent and personal effort, not from her father's reputation. From the time she was 5, Alicia displayed a natural gift at the piano. She could hear a melody once on the radio and reproduce it perfectly on her family's upright piano, her little fingers dancing over the keys as though guided by instinct. Though her parents marveled at her skill, Alicia was more fascinated by the instrument's possibilities than by the applause she received. Even in middle school, she spent countless afternoons perfecting classical preludes and jazz riffs, never once mentioning her father's fame. At 18, Alicia enrolled in a prestigious music conservatory in downtown Boston. The place teemed with ambitious young musicians, hoping to become the next wave of prodigies. Many students name-dropped or revealed elite connections to gain attention, but Alicia introduced herself simply as Alicia R. on registration forms, rejecting any advantage her father's legacy might offer. She wanted to stand on her own 2 feet. Despite her quiet demeanor, Alicia possessed a remarkable knack for both performance and composition. Professors noticed her delicate yet confident touch on the piano and the emotional sincerity of her pieces. Late at night, she'd slip into a practice room, bare except for a grand piano, and lose herself in flowing chords. On more than one occasion, curious passers-by lingered at the door, captivated by the gentle, mesmerizing tunes drifting through the corridor. As her first year neared its end, the conservatory unveiled plans for the annual spring recital. This widely attended showcase allowed students to perform for faculty, sponsors, and even external talent scouts. Some participants hoped to secure festival spots or scholarships, while others leveraged their families' reputations for extra buzz. Alicia simply saw it as a chance to prove, without any fanfare, that her music could resonate on its own merits. In the weeks leading up to the recital, Alicia spent every spare moment in secluded corners of the conservatory, perfecting an original piece she'd composed herself. Balancing classical structure with her own creative twists, she taped motivational notes inside the piano's lid, reminding herself that genuine artistry didn't require a famous last name. She avoided the more glamorous practice rooms, preferring the old, slightly out-of-tune pianos no one else wanted to use. Meanwhile, certain classmates whispered their doubts, calling Alicia too quiet for the competitive music world. Some teased her plain outfits and claimed she couldn't make a splash if she hid in the background. Alicia merely smiled and returned to her sheet music. Rather than defend herself, she channeled any frustration into refining her composition's trickiest passages, determined to let the final performance speak on her behalf. When the recital day arrived, the performance hall glowed under ornate chandeliers. Eager staff bustled backstage, ensuring everything ran smoothly. Alicia stood behind the curtain, her heart thudding in her chest as other students performed. Unknown to most of the audience, her father, Michael Rowland, had quietly slipped into a seat near the back of the hall. He wore a simple blazer, carefully avoiding any attention that might overshadow his daughter's moment. Finally, Alicia's turn came. She stepped onto the stage, bowed, and settled at the gleaming grand piano. The first notes of her original piece drifted through the silence. Soft, contemplative chords gave way to swells of passion, each bar carrying the understated determination she'd cultivated in countless late-night practices. The hall fell so quiet that one could sense every nuance of her performance, from the gentle rubato in the opening measures to the crescendo of harmonies that resolved in a single stirring chord. A moment of stunned silence followed before the audience erupted into applause. Some rose to their feet, visibly moved by Alicia's heartfelt performance. As she stood, grateful and slightly overwhelmed, she glimpsed her father offering a discreet nod from the back row. The revelation of Michael Rowland's presence rippled through the crowd, yet by then, Alicia's music had already proved its power. Later, backstage, curious students learned her secret, their earlier doubts replaced by genuine respect. Alicia's satisfaction came from knowing that she'd triumphed through dedication and skill alone, with no need to broadcast her famous father's name. Thank you for watching till the end. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you did, don't hesitate to like the video and share it with your friends. Also, subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell for more fascinating stories. Have a nice day.